You're listening to the Platte River Bard.
This will be our next installment of our interviews with some of the cast and crew of Our Town, which opened April 13th and runs through April 24th at the Nebraska Repertory Theatre.
Our guest today is actor Joni Thomas, who plays the role of Mrs. Soames. Joni graduated from UNL, and she has always worked behind the scenes. Our Town is her stage debut.
We hope you'll enjoy hearing the stories of each of these talented artists as much as we did. Hello, and welcome to the Platte River Bard. This is Chris Berger.
And I'm Sherry Berger.
And we are here today with Joni Thomas. She is playing Mrs. Soames in the Nebraska Repertory Theater's production of Our Town. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon.
Yes,
Thank you for doing this.
And I understand that you are, I think, one of the few people today we have talked to who is a graduate of the Johnny Carson School right here.
Yes.
Homegrown.
Definitely.
And she was the stage manager of Shakespeare.
I would say, and you did the Shakespeare stage manager.
I was the assistant manager.
Assistant stage manager for Shakespeare last year.
Manager.
Yes.
Which I guess went over really well.
Yeah.
It did. It was very successful.
Yeah.
And they're bringing it back.
I was saying, is it going to be an annual? They're going to do it again.
Yes.
That's
Fantastic.
Great. So is this your first time that you've been back on stage in quite a while on this particular stage?
I have really not been on stage.
Ah.
So this is actually my debut.
Yeah.
This is your debut? Okay.
It is, yes. So when I was going to school here and graduated, I did only the technical stuff. So I was either assistant stage manager or I was a stage manager. And so I, was behind the scenes. I didn't really, I had an acting class and I did a couple of student projects where I acted, but I've never really been on a main stage.
Okay. Always behind the scenes.
So always behind the scenes.
Which we got to have you for that too. It doesn't work unless we have you behind the scenes.
Right.
So how does it feel?
How is
You're
it?
in night 3, almost night 3.
This is actually our official opening night.
Oh,
This is the
okay.
official opening.
Yeah, we did have 2 preview audiences.
Okay.
So this is our first, a lot of general public.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for tonight.
Awesome.
So it's exciting. I'm really excited to be a part of the production, and I'm really excited for opening night.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Now, did you audition, or did they come to you, or how does this work?
I did audition. I was encouraged because I am older.
Okay.
And Mrs. Soames is older.
Okay.
And so Andy Park, who was the director of Shakespeare,
Yes.
we were talking and he encouraged me to apply or to audition. And I did, and I got the part.
Wow.
So,
How did
yeah.
you feel when that happened?
I was really excited. I was very excited. And it's been a wonderful opportunity. Mm-hmm. So I'm really glad that the director chose me.
Yeah.
Arthur.
Absolutely.
Yes. Well, and you do a great job, and Arthur's got to be such a pleasure to work with. I think you do a great job, and you actually have a very funny
part.
part.
Wednesday, so
You were there on Wednesday.
Yes, you got to go on Wednesday.
So that's
yes.
why I'm in my mind, that's the opening day. But
okay.
That's right. Yeah, no, we got to see you on Wednesday.
Oh, great.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. Everybody was so good. Gosh, you guys have an incredible cast, and of which you are a part of, and you guys just really knocked it out of the park.
Oh, great.
So
I'm glad you
for
think
us,
so.
it was it was really something.
Well, and it's so neat that you get to work with other equity actors and students both. So
Right.
I think that's always kind of just neat, everyone helping each other in that sense.
Yes. Yeah, I do too. And it when you're in it, it really, you really can't, if you didn't know, everybody's just equal. Mm-hmm. And so the equity actors have been great. And it's just been a wonderful experience.
Wonderful. So when did you graduate from the Johnny Carson Theater?
Oh, goodness.
Are you going to make her say that?
Well, I was just...
A long time ago.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, what besides your stage management, I guess, is probably what I should ask. Mm-hmm. what did you do since you graduated? Did you do more theater?
Shortly after I graduated, I did some productions at the Playhouse, the Community Playhouse.
Okay.
Lincoln.
And I did do Annie at the Pinewood Bowl.
Excellent.
Yeah, and so I really have not done any theater in probably 30 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
Well,
I took a whole different avenue. And
Right. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
so-
exciting. I think I would be so nervous after that period of time.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, well, I think I was more so with Shakespeare because that was really my introduction back into
The
theater.
first time back. Okay.
Right. But, again, I was the assistant show manager, so that was kind of more my realm where this is just
Well,
like everything is new and,
That's true.
okay.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, wow.
Well, and I think it's neat, and you were talking about this before we started recording, but one of the things you talked about is you thought it was really neat. This is a podcast, so you can't see us. So Miss Thomas is in a wheelchair, and
Right.
one of the things she told us is she thought it was really great, and you were actually even encouraged to audition, that that Arthur cast you in this part, just
Right.
no problem at all.
I was amazed. Everybody has just been, I'm just like anybody else, any other actor. And so originally we talked about maybe having a manual wheelchair, like Franklin Delano Roosevelt was in, the big old.
Yeah.
It sits with the time better.
Right.
Yeah.
And then just because so many other things were, kind of unusual about the way that the play is, with the racial diversity and ethnic diversity. And
Yes.
so it was just another
It just
one
works.
more diversity,
I
you
know.
know?
Yeah, it just fits. You don't even think about it. It's just the way it is.
Well,
Yeah.
it would allow
Yeah.
you to be a little bit more independent that way too, I would think.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I think that would be really hard to have to change that just for the production.
It is.
Yeah.
It is really hard to give up that independence and that freedom. And Arthur completely understood, and yeah, it just worked. They made it really work.
Yeah, it works great. And very believable as one of the older talkative ladies of the town.
Yes.
Some would say the town gossip, but
Well, okay.
I wasn't going to
too.
say that exactly.
Pretty
but
much, yeah.
Well, we live in a small town now. I'm from a small town. He's from Kansas
Yes.
City. But I certainly know for sure.
We
what
recognize that character.
what the
Yeah.
who the gossipy people are in town.
Yes, indeed.
yes.
Yes, we may know a Miss Soames.
Or two.
Or two.
Loved it. I love it. It is very believable.
I always laugh whenever we're talking about my character and say Arthur just did typecasting because I'm often late and I am usually the old person in the crowd.
Oh.
Well, so now you said, of course, you graduated from Johnny Carson School, and then you said you stepped away from theater for a long time. What were you doing while you stepped away? What'd you go do?
Well, I've worked for nonprofits. I've worked at the state in the Medicaid division, and I currently work with a managed care organization, Nebraska Total Care.
Okay.
And so that whole 30 years has been spent around disability issues.
Okay.
So I've been an advocate. I've helped people learn how to live independently with their disability and teach them independent living skills. I've worked for the state, I did a variety of grant programs that were all related to like employment of disability or of people with disabilities. Just everything that I've done has been disability related.
Fair enough.
So my role at managed care is to kind of help bridge that gap between the disability community and the managed care organization. It's a kind of a medical model It's insurance. It's new and different.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so.
Yeah.
Plus, I help our staff understand what disability is about and how it's different from the medical model or the medical view.
Right.
But that most of our members are just out there living regular lives. Mm-hmm. They just do it differently.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. That's so neat that they have you as a voice and that you're just not afraid. Like you weren't afraid to get back up on stage and just do you, be you. And I think that's fantastic.
Well, thank you. I do get nervous, of course. But it's just one of those things. It's like, it's just such a fun thing and such a fun opportunity that it's like you just can't be afraid, you just have to go for it.
It's funny you said that as we were setting up today. Man, I get nervous. I'm an introvert. This podcasting is not my world. He's the extrovert. I'm like I can do all the things. That's what I do. I do the things. I got even nervous just before a podcast, so I can't imagine what it would be like to go for so long and then have to get up on stage. I think that would be, I'd be nervous.
Yeah.
Every time. But once you do it, once you get into it, just like us, once we get started with a podcast,
right,
I'm okay for the most part.
Then it just kind of feels normal and natural, and you just,
well,
you just go with it.
I'll tell you didn't look nervous to us. You were clearly having a great time up there.
Yes, you did look like you were having fun.
Yes.
That's wonderful. I'm so glad that you told me that you were there.
Yes, absolutely. No, it was a ton of fun. I love this show. You guys did such a spectacular job with this show. I mean, every single person in this show is so good.
And the students, we didn't get to talk to them, but the students are. We've seen them in other productions.
Yes, and we've seen some of the students in other productions. It's nice to see them on the main stage here with all the equity actors and all the different actors everybody's from all over here.
Right.
They've assembled quite a cast here.
Yeah.
And
so what is next for you?
I would say yes.
What's the next thing you want to
What's next on the plate?
I don't know. I'm just open to whatever shows up, and if something does, great, and if not, I have a life outside of this. So
now that you've kind of broken it in and been on stage, would you be open to trying something else one day, or is once enough? Okay.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I would do it. I would definitely do it again.
Cool.
Oh, that's wonderful. And that's really inspiring, I think, for other people too who wouldn't feel comfortable doing it. I think that's really inspiring.
Yes.
It's just so much fun. I know I keep saying that, but
it is.
We just have such a great cast, and they're, like you said, they're all very good at what they do, and the equity actors are successful on their own, and then the students are coming up, and they're really good too.
Yeah.
And I think that they'll do great things.
That's great.
So I'm just open, if something comes along. I might be able to be involved in the Shakespeare next year.
Cool.
And so that would be great. I don't know in what capacity.
Sure.
But I'm definitely willing to do that.
Well, congratulations. It's such a pleasure
Thank
to
you.
meet you.
Congratulations on the part, you guys.
Yeah, and continue having all of the fun that you're having.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joni Thomas, who plays Mrs. Soames in the Nebraska Repertory Theater's production of Our Town. Thank you for talking with us.
Thank you.
Our Town is directed by Arthur Feinsod and dedicated to the memory of his late friend and colleague, Tony Hall, who directed Dr. Feinsod's play Table 17 in 2007.
Our Town opened on April 13th and runs through April 24th. You can get your tickets now at nebraskarep.org.
Thank you for listening and supporting the arts in the Platte River area and beyond. Please subscribe to our podcast so you are sure to catch all of our future episodes and join us on social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Music for this podcast was used with permission by Screaming Skull Productions. See you next time on the Platte River Bard.